because I have a new PowerPoint, I'm not sure if it will change. Okay, let me start first. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kinmen. I'm Director of Strategy Investment at ISH from Taiwan. And it's my pleasure today to share with you about global markets, about the virtual reality and the augmented reality. Okay. Year 2016, as you know, is a breakthrough year of AI, VR. And you can see several different VR headsets already on display. And this was highlighted by a lot of many companies that have already engaged in the AR VR related business, right? Once this kind of devices get into the consumer's hand, we can imagine that many enterprise product functions may be changed dramatically once they are VR involved. And according to the Digital Capital's report, we can, in year 2020, the total revenue of AR VR markets will reach $150 billion. It's a huge number. And with the AR market, it takes around 120, and the VR at around 30 billion. And we can see from these figures, the VR's addressable markets are mainly at games, films, and some niche markets, while the AR markets is more like the smartphone or tablet markets. It's going to the hardware, right? Because we can imagine that AR may have hundreds of millions of users, and they will bring a large hardware revenue for the device makers. And all these users will further become a revenue source for maybe like the films, televisions, entertainment, and advertising, and even the consumer apps. And since AR and VR is such a great market, we can break it down into market details. So Goldman Sachs has outlined several use cases for us because we think this use case is the most meaningful one that can drive the AR markets in the near terms. So we can see the video game, of course, is the largest one. It's around 11.6 billion. And then comes the healthcare, engineering, live events, entertainment, and the real estate. And we can separate these use cases into two categories. The first one is the consumer-driven. That means it's controlled by the consumer. And the second one, of course, is enterprise-driven. And for the video games and the live events and the video entertainments, these are the only three that are totally driven by the consumers. And these three use cases made up around 60% of the total revenues of AR and VR markets. And you can imagine that, of course, the video games are the first market to develop. Why? Because the VR technology can improve the video games experience because we completely immersing the users into a virtual world. And also, the AR technology can also turn our practical world into a video game canvas, right? So this is the first one, and the first thing maybe the enterprise may want to enter into. However, since the current video games, the contents, they cannot port it over to a VR platform, right? So without a large or without a strong install base of hardware device, the video game publishers, they were cautious because they are not sure if the market are really there. If we have opportunity for that markets. So they may not make investment in the VR market. And as for the live events and video entertainment, just like the radio and television do long time ago, because VR has a potential to be a new format for users to watch or experience the live events or movies or anything, right? Because it solves the problems. However, now, if you want to gain the full VR experience, you need to take or create the contents using a 360-degree camera or other devices, right? So for this kind of thing, you want to experience well, and you have a high quality, it's costly, and it takes time. So we can conclude for the consumer-driven use case, the key challenge here is more like a chicken and egg dilemma, because for the content makers, they will not make investment for the AR VR, right? Because they are not sure if the market are really there. However, for consumers, I will not buy a device or even a service without content, right? So it's a very tricky solution and wait for a solution. And then it's an enterprise driven. There are a lot of, not a lot of, it's several use cases for AR VR technology for healthcare and engineering. Why? Because AR VR, it can be a tool to aid doctors for their medical procedures or even their day-to-day tasks. And for engineers, they can also use the AR VR to test the scenario or even their designs before the product's made. So this can improve the productivity and also cut down the cost of wasting materials, right? However, the most interesting case is for the real estate industry and where iStation focuses on. Why? Because real estate is a market where the line between the consumer and the business user is became unclear or blurred. How to say that? For real estate agents, they want AR/VR devices. Why? They want to provide this kind of equipment or service to their prospective kind of clients or their target audience. This is helpful for the existing service, right? However, for the home buyers, I also want this kind of device. Why? Because I want to see my future home. I want to see everything that's not existing. However, I want to do that without the agents. So to fulfill their requirements, the first thing is because we have a pro user and a normal user, right? So the first thing we need to do is to let the service or the application easy for use. Because for agents maybe it's okay because I already done that every day. However, for home buyers, I want a service, I want something, I want a function that is easy for me to do. And then the second thing is the content must be realistic. Because no one wants to see a fake thing or the unqualified thing in my home, right? So we need to do the content become more realistic. However, realistic means costly and labor intensive. Just like what I mentioned, you want to present content, it takes work, ecosystem. This is all. Jeff, can you change to income group? Okay. Now we have three main functions in iStation. The first one is the iStation. The function is for designers because the designers they want to design their interiors easy, right? Nowadays, when the designer they want to propose their proposal, no matter to home buyers or to property developers, the only thing they can do is I take my floor plan and I take it to the customer and then tell you can see this picture and this is a room, this is a kitchen, this is a living room. Nothing happened because I cannot imagine what it is, right? However, now iStation provides function and applications. You can do whatever you want because we have already have a lot of furniture items in our platform. So you can use those existing items to decorate your home and then provide your design to your customers. And then everything the customer or home buyers love, you can buy on the app directly and I will ship it to your home. So this is the first function we provide, iStation. And the second one is for iStation Home. Nowadays, as you know, because the real estate industry is not so good during these 2 or 3 years. So it's a great cost. It takes a lot of expense for developers to create maybe a showroom or even a house, right? So iStation Home we can we use AR and VR to create a virtual world to help you to promote your properties, even it's unconstruction, or even it's overseas. You can connect with your client or your customer anywhere, anytime. So we just break the gap between the two sides. And the final one is iStation VR Cam, because for the real estate agents, they have a second-hand house, right? Once I have a new project or new object, I want to show it to my client immediately. And what can you do? Nowadays, usually you ask a group, a team to help you take pictures, and then take 2 or 3 days to make the content become beautiful, and then show it to your customer. It's 3 days. However, through iStation VR Cam, you can shoot 360 and come up with the content in VR. It's a whole programming. We can do it in a few seconds. So you can share right now, immediately. So that's the 3 main functions now iStation do. And then, in order to provide the best AR/VR experience, of course, iStation we have a client, we have a lot of patents to let us engage or add up something on our existing service. So actually we have 2 videos to show you how iStation do, because AR/VR is a